Hello, I'm Juliana Hever, the plant-based dietitian, and this is the What Would Juliana Do Q&A. Today, I want to talk about macroconfusion. Protein, carbohydrate, and fat are not food groups. Instead, they are macronutrients found in different combinations in all foods. All whole foods contain some variation, some ratio of protein, carbohydrate, and fat. Now, if you think about this and you refine it, sugar, pure sugar, is pure carbohydrate. It's refined. Oil is pure fat. It's also refined into its pure fat form. Protein powder often can be, if it's an isolated protein powder, that would be a form of pure protein. But let's play with this. How many of you think of a potato as a carb? Potato is a carbohydrate. So many people say that to me all the time. Well, how about this? A potato has a better essential amino acid profile, which are basically the breakdown products of protein, than does 90% lean beef. Does that make a potato a carb or a protein? Now let's add to that. If you infuse that potato with oil and turn it into a French fry or a potato chip, now you're dealing with a very high-fat food. Macroconfusion at its finest. Why does this matter? I believe that the number one reason everyone is so confused about nutrition is this reason, macroconfusion. All the way from the layperson dialogue to the dialogue amongst healthcare professionals and researchers. Here's the quintessential example of that. In 2018, there was a study published in the Lancet journal, and it concluded, I will read, both high and low percentages of carbohydrate diets were associated with increased mortality. What do we do with this information? This is the single reason that this dietitian refuses to count macros. It's irrelevant, and worse, it's harmful. It's confusing, and it makes everything about nutrition ridiculously impossible to understand and execute effectively. So that is why I am trying to bring the language away from biochemistry and back into food. That is my list: vegetables, fruits, whole grains, legumes, mushrooms, nuts, seeds, herbs, and spices that I want you to eat in infinite tasty combinations. And I use my mnemonic, the 6 daily threes, as a way to think about prioritizing foods for optimal nutrition. Keep it simple. Let's change the language and bring it back to food. It will change everything. Thank you so much for joining me and for all of your wonderful questions that you have been leaving me in the comments section, in my direct messages, and via my website, plantbaseddietitian.com. Please keep them coming, and thank you for joining me. I will see you next time.